Okay, we're going to do some examples of redaction annotations with relativity. Let's assume we're in the native file reviewer and we need to redact a document. The menu bar contains all the redaction and highlighting options and additional standard highlights and any other color in the color palette. Relativity has several redaction options, and I'm going to choose a few of those to demonstrate for you today. Okay, I'll put my black redaction across the page here in this document that we're looking at. As you can see, it's transparent and I can see the text behind it. I can add a redaction label. I've predetermined those, configured those into the viewer if I choose to do that. Unicode on the redaction label as well. Otherwise, I can click edit and add some custom text here. You'll notice that my text is too big, so let me change that here. Get in there and change the font size. Okay, the font, I've corrected the font, now it fits. Next, I want to hide the address information. I don't want to show the redaction that when we do the production, so I'll use a white borderless redaction, as you can see. Okay. All right. Okay. Now next we'll specific redaction for all other items to make it easy. I'll jump a couple pages, and I want to do an inverse redaction. The reason I want to do this, I want to redact everything on the page except the first paragraph. I'm going to do the last page of this document and redact the entire page with a black redaction. But I'm going to eventually print this, so I really don't want to redact the entire page that way in the purpose of saving printer toner. So, on second thought, I'd like to add this redaction to multiple pages. I'll choose page 2 and 4. I could have chose the entire range here, 2, 3, and 4, but we'll just go with 2 and 4. We have a full page redaction on page 2 like I wanted. I can also delete any redaction one at a time or do so in a mass deletion. Maybe I made a mistake with the full page redaction, so I could easily remove them from here if I wanted to. Lastly, I will toggle, as you can see, with these overlays and the transparencies to QC before we go to production. Or, as I'm showing here, we can hide all of them. Okay, now take a look in the lower left-hand corner. There's a drop-down right here that says Attorney. If I flip it, it says Expert. You'll notice that many clean slate on the document. This is a concept that we refer to in relativity as markup sets. What this allows us to do is create secure subsets of documents, so if clients using these subsets in a few different ways. The first is like an example I'll show you here. So we have attorneys on the document redacting and doing work, but we also have experts coming in that we don't want them to actually see or interfere with the attorney's workload. We will then switch it so they can have their own set of markup tabs for the experts to use. They are going to be completely securable, and the experts will be locked down to working in just these documents. They will not see the drop-down menu options to choose from. It will be grayed out straight across, so they'll have no idea the functionality even exists. It's a way to build and maintain these ethical walls in the system, having multiple people utilize these markup sets. In IP litigation, which is often multi-jurisdictional, the document might go out in a variety of ways. For different jurisdictions. We can manage that process through different markup sets. So instead of attorney expert, like I showed you previously, these are actually labeled jurisdiction A, B, and C. So there is also no limit to the number of markup sets you can have. Then when we go into production or records in relativity, you'll pick up the sets and we can produce them from there. We also have markup navigation that allows a user to jump from annotation to annotation. The markup navigation feature quickly shows the type of markup, the box indication, and which markup set the annotation resides in, as well as the page number. Went through that kind of fast. Are there any questions regarding redaction or markup sets before we continue on with tagging and coding? No questions? Okay, then we'll move on to the next section in our demo here for relativity, tagging and coding.